Hello, this is Top Prep Sports Interviews by Sunil Sunder Raj. Today, I'm happy to be speaking with Jacob May, a junior and a combo guard on the Houston Homeschool Raiders varsity basketball team and from Pearland, Texas. Once again, Jacob, thank you so much for taking time out to speak with me. Congrats on your success in the game of basketball, and just wanted to ask you, I said right off the bat how everything is going for you so far, this season, for the Houston Raiders homeschool basketball team.
Well, thanks for having me first. And we're a young varsity team, and we haven't played with each other at all besides this year. So we're off to a little rocky start. Some games, close losses where we just need to close it out, and other games, kind of big losses where we just need to see where we learn from. But overall, I see our team being very dangerous in the future.
Yeah, no, it's great to hear. Hey, putting that number 3 jersey on every time you take the court, and this is a newly formed team, member of the National Christian Homeschool Basketball Association. I'll talk about how proud that is, to be able to wear that jersey, and then of course be with your teammates, your coaching staff as well, Jacob.
Well, it really means a lot because it's a blessing to be able to wear a jersey and play the sport that I love.
Yeah.
And it's especially with friends and teammates that want the same thing as me, want to win, want to get better. Some want to go to the next level as well as me. It's just really a blessing.
Yeah. Hey, of late, this season averaging 12.6 points per game, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. Before we came on the air, I mentioned your backcourt mate, John Hervey, who had a 40-point game against FBCA, 8 of 10 from behind the arc, 10 of 11 at the foul line. You guys won the Houston Asian tournament, I believe, last summer. Just talk in terms of your game per se, and then playing alongside John Hervey.
It's really nice because me and him, we play off each other. It's like we both could score, pass, play defense individually, but when we do it as a team, it's just it's really nice because one game he could have a good game and I'll be off, or vice versa. But we'll still be playing as a team and still contributing in other ways. It could be one game I'm off on scoring, but my assist would be up. Same for him. It's just we really play off each other well.
Yeah, that's wonderful to hear. Hey, 6 feet, 160 pounds. The fact that you can impact the game in so many ways in terms of offensively, defensively. Just not points per game, rebounds, assists, steals. You've had several memorable games this season, coming off a 19.7 steals, 7 assists game against Episcopal High School. Just talk about your game, how you've been able to develop those fundamentals and skills over the years, Jacob.
Well, in 9th grade, I went to a school called Shadow Creek. Okay. I like basketball, but I didn't really have the passion for it. So I was just playing because my other friends were. So I ended up at the end of the year averaging maybe 2 points, a rebound, and not even an assist. Then I wasn't satisfied with that. So over the summer, I trained really hard and then decided to go homeschool. Because I get so much more time to put work in.
Yeah.
And then it's easy, a schedule. I could do school whenever. It's not just 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. I could do it 2 hours this day, the same amount of school as public schoolers, but just at different times. So I think going homeschool really helped my game develop to its full potential so far.
Yeah, that's terrific to hear. And the fact that you played against some of the top competition, they said this season against number 14 St. Francis Episcopal, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Also JL Swish Academy from Australia, where you dropped 21 points, 4 rebounds, 6 of 11, excuse me, from 3-point range. Talk about that. The fact that you've been able to raise your game, I said definitely in clutch situations, but against, these teams that, obviously have, again, incredible talent, but the fact that you've been able to produce on the court here, Jacob.
I think a big part of it is being comfortable with the ball, being able to read the defense rather than just playing, running around all crazy, being able to play calmly and control. I think that really helps with everything, because I could have a game where I'm not scoring as good, but if I'm still calm, controlled, I could help contribute for the team in many different ways, which I'm proud that I could do that.
Yeah, no, again, that's outstanding. And, so just to add on to that, I mean, again, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 steals in a championship game against the CHSA Wolverines. Then, of course, it's definitely flourishing in the Founders Fall Classic. But I wanted to ask you about that first game of the year. 14 points, 14 rebounds, and 7 assists. I mean, you talk about, I mean, across the board, I said, putting up just phenomenal stats. But, I said again, for your size to be able to pull down 14 rebounds, that's just extraordinary. Just talk about that particular game, Jacob.
Really just right place, right time, boxing out, knowing how to box out, because it's not always just boxing out. Sometimes it's boxing in where you could secure the rebound. I think it's really just IQ, knowing where the shot's going, because once you're a shooter, if the shot is short, right, left. So seeing where if a shooter shoots and his arm goes to the right, it's just knowing where and anticipating where the ball is going to be.
Yeah, no, I agree. I love that word box out because, I mean, of course, being much older, I think back to, the time I played basketball, especially varsity year, senior year, the head coach would always emphasize to the team boxing out, how critical that was in terms of, getting on the glass and, grabbing those rebounds. So I love that word. Hey, one more to ask you, also the Fallbrook Prep Invitational averaged 10 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, 3.3 assists, 10 of 18, said from behind the arc. That had to feel good, again, it's just, being able to mix it up here in these different, not only regular season games, but also the tournaments as well. Really being able to get your name out there as well, Jacob.
Well, yeah, that tournament was actually kind of a good tournament for me, not just because of what I was averaging, because before that I was kind of in a shooting slump. So then that tournament, I kept shooting because good shooters keep shooting. And then that really got me out of the slump and just changed the season. Now my averages are going up from that. And I'm impacting the game more.
That's super. Hey, I know recently a big moment for you and John Hervey that you got to work out with former Houston Rockets star Moochie Norris. Talk about that. How again impactful, and just in terms of being able to pick up on a lot of said, I'm sure, nuggets and stuff, knowledge that he was able to drop, and of course working on skill sets as well. Just talk about that that time.
Well, he's been where we want to go, so there's so much to learn, different things, rather than doing for an example, a dribble pull up to the right, just little things, a step to the side, just a whole bunch of little things. And that's really what basketball is, a game of little things. Because when you know a lot of little things, those things aren't really so little anymore. And he really encourages us, he to put in work. Once you put in a work, if you really put in work, outcome is going to show.
Yeah. No, I agree. 24/7, 365. You really can never take a day off. If you really truly want to be the best, I said, again, you have to have that. We talked about the passion and just having that grit and determination to, again, be up there with the top players. Hey, I know last year you played with another team and earned, I believe, the 5A Gold Ball Championship at the Nationals in Springfield, Missouri, and were the district co-MVP. Talk about that. I mean, it just, earned quite a bit of accolades there, and just in terms of winning a championship, again, a special, time for you as well.
So it was my first year going into homeschool
Mm-hmm.
after training all summer like crazy hard.
Yeah.
So no one really had high expectations for me because I just came from Shadow Creek averaging like 2 points and not very
Yeah.
much other stats. So I came in, I played pretty good in the beginning, kept playing good, and then it was just like it hit me that like I'm not bad, like I could actually play.
Yeah.
And then when we won the gold ball, it was a big thing because only like 8 teams in the whole country for homeschool wins those, and it's
Yeah.
big.
Yeah, it's very prestigious. It's again, awesome to hear about. I mean, to see where you've come from, as you said, when you were at Shadow Creek, and like, what you were averaging. I'm wondering, when you sit back sometimes, as I know you're in the course of the season, but do you just say to yourself, wow, like, I cannot believe I'm at this stage, like, that to see everything, in terms of your, work, your dedication off the court, on and off the court, has led to this moment for you.
Yeah, I think like that sometimes, but most of the time it's just like keep going,
Yeah.
keep getting better. Don't be
Yeah.
satisfied. Just more and more and more. I just want to keep improving my game and
Yeah.
being the best me I could be.
Yeah. Everybody talks about, again, how physical the game is, but the mental approach, I'm just wondering, from your perspective, before you take the court, just to get yourself locked in, for a game, what are some of the things, that you do on a personal basis to really, like, and then of course with your teammates, but what you do internally, really to, get focused for a game.
Well, before a game, I don't like to get too like all like serious, too
Yeah.
crazy, because then I'll overthink it. So before a
Hmm.
game, I'll normally like do a puzzle, get my brain just thinking,
Yeah.
or watch like a YouTube video of some of my favorite YouTubers, which are funny. Just get me calm down, just like life isn't really just all about basketball.
Yeah.
And that everyone's human, it's just a game. Go out there, play as hard as you can.
Yeah, no, that's right. You hit it right on the spot. And then just to add to, like, when you're during the course of a game, when you're in that flow, and then of course you're in the zone a lot, firing on all cylinders. I'm wondering, like, do you have time to, like, sort of like analyze, or just, you're going through the motions, but just what is that feeling? I'm wondering, for, like, for an athlete, and especially a basketball player, what are those moments, that, the fact that everything is just clicking at the right time, Jacob?
So like I would hit two, maybe three threes, and then like
Yeah.
the next one is just like, oh yeah, this is going in, no matter
Yeah.
where from, because the once you hit that first and second one and it feels
Yeah.
good, your confidence is really just up there,
Yeah.
and it's an amazing feeling. It feels like no one could stop you. It's like no matter what you do, you're not gonna miss. Like I, it's just amazing to me.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. Hey, the again, we talked about fundamentals and skills, but just in terms of the intangibles of the game, what stands out to you? Like, you've been playing for a while. What is it about the game that makes it so unique and special for you? I'm wondering, during maybe the course of the game, the practices, on the bench with your teammates and coaches, just some of the, something that really, like, pops out and, like, says, hey, this is why I continue to play this game, said year after year.
I think it's the life lessons I learned, different
Mhm.
things I learned that could help me as not not necessarily in basketball, but as in life. Like learning to work with others, being able to be coachable, listening, receiving information the right way, discipline, just all of that. It's a fun way of doing it rather than just learning all that stuff from doing something else, which isn't as fun.
Yeah. No, it's a good points you make there, Ed. Just in terms of the preparation for a season, there's so much that goes into it, Jacob. The strength and conditioning, nutrition, the rest and recovery. We talked about address mental health. And I'm just wondering for you, like, what do you do? So definitely before a season starts to get yourself ramped up and in tip top shape, for the rigors of a basketball season.
Conditioning, lots of that, lifting, eating right, and
Mhm.
just practicing. Just keep
Yeah.
practicing. Don't not staying far from the game. Keep going at it, no
Yeah.
matter what. It could be game day before the game. Still gonna get some work, and after the game, just
Yeah.
keep at it.
Yeah, definitely repetition. It's just having that structure in place. As I see in the background, framed jerseys of Michael Jordan, Steph Curry, and Kobe, the Black Mamba. So I was going to ask you, that was going to be my question, what NBA players that you look up to and watch. And, definitely those three are just, the marquee names and all-time greats. Just what about those players and just what you've been able to take in terms of how they played the game and how they approached it on and off the court, but just again, the world's best players, all three of them.
So Curry, he when I first watched him, that's what really made me fall in love with the game. The
Mhm.
way he was just shooting it so like effortlessly and
Mhm.
doing everything, it just was amazing to me. And then when I kept learning more about basketball, Kobe and Jordan, like the way they get to their spots, like you could be whatever defense, they'll still get to their spots
Yeah.
and knock it down because they practice the same moves over and over, and it's nice. But as my favorite player as of right
Yeah.
now would have to be Jordan Poole. You
Okay.
know, young star, like
Yeah.
playing under Curry, and he's so smooth the way he impacts the game compared to
Yeah.
last year. He gets more assists this year. I like modeling my game after him.
Yeah, he's definitely made leaps and bounds, and yeah, the way he drops those dimes and dishes the rock. I mean, it's really cool to see that, and just the way he can slash to the basket, and even pop up for pull up jumper, hit it from behind the arc. Yeah, he's got so many say unique qualities to him, and just strengths that he can really help the team. As I said, win a game, and they've definitely been on a hot streak of late. As you know, it's just not, of course, being an athlete, being a student athlete, you've been able to flourish, set in this homeschool setting, 3.93 GPA. Just talk about that time management and organization, just really balancing it out and again, excelling here, in terms of your grade point average.
Well, it's hard to really have a perfect schedule because there's always
Hmm.
what ifs and what if this happens and stuff like that. So normally the days when there's no team practice in the evening, I'll wake up, eat breakfast, do all the morning routine, go to the YMCA, lift, shoot, and then go to another gym where I get lots of shots up. And then
Hmm.
after that, go back to Y when it's more people there, play some
Hmm.
games, like show what I've been practicing, like in a
Yeah.
game like situation, and then do schoolwork at home. But when there's when there is practice during the evenings, I would wake up, do school, then go shoot, get lots of shots up, then practice. So it's just lots of work. Like no
Yeah.
matter what, happens, I'll still get working.
Yeah, yeah, definitely pounding the pavement. It's great to see, be able to strike that, get that bounce and, address, both your academics and athletics. And I know that your dad had mentioned that kinesiology, that you're interested in that. Talk about that. What is it about that, field that, maybe something you definitely want to pursue, as said here down the road.
Kinesiology, I like that major because it's really staying close to the game, like as an athlete standpoint. Because when you if you do kinesiology, you could be
Mhm.
a physical therapist for sports, stuff like that. Just
Yeah.
staying close to home rather than doing a different major where I'm not comfortable in at all.
Yeah, no, I agree. Hey, as you know, we live in a day and age of social media and highlight videos, and you definitely been able to capitalize on that and use it to your own benefit. Talk about that, how important that is to get your, say getting that your name out there, showcasing your skills, to colleges out there, coaches, recruiters. I mean, I'm sure that really like, is something, you focus in quite a bit here.
Well, yeah, especially this day and age, because it's not like back then where there's no internet or anything to
Hmm.
get offers. You have to
Yeah.
use what's given. So Twitter, Instagram,
Yeah.
all that, just keep at it. Get connections, get people to know you.
Yeah.
It's just and then just the hard work will show. You'll
I agree.
get what you deserve.
That's right. And I know you received a lot of positive feedback. And one of the guys, of course, who I'm in close contact with, a great connection, Kevin Moses, I know that was able to provide some very useful, feedback on your game. Talk about how special that is to hear from people within, the industry, basketball industry that, are watching you or, helping in that aspect in terms of really breaking down your game here, Jacob.
It means a lot because like it's not everybody gets that type of treatment. It's not like
Hmm.
everyone could just have someone there that sees you, sees, oh man, this kid is good. It's like it's a select few, and it's really an honor to be
Yeah.
able to have people know me.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I know you have a very strong family support system. Your mom, your dad, I believe you have older brother and sister, younger sister as well. Talk about that, in terms of that support, during this journey here, Jacob.
Very supportive because I don't have my license yet, so they do all the driving. And then
Okay.
they're okay with it. Like it'll be a
Yeah.
lunch break. Shit, my mom will take me to go shoot, or my dad will be come right off of work, take me to the Y. It's just they're very supportive and there for me.
Yeah. Hey, Dad, your dad, Air Force veteran, said your mom, I believe, an RN, said, and before we came on the air, talking about, how diverse in terms of your background. I believe your mom is of Indian and Black descent. It was so cool that your dad mentioned one of your uncle's names. I think is Sunil. So I
Yeah,
said that I'm truly honored, about that, to hear that. Just talk about that, in terms of, what I know you already alluded to the fact, but just to know what, where they came from. I believe your dad is from New York, and just in terms of having that diverse background, what that means to you.
it's great. It's like I could tell people when people ask me like, "What am I?" Most people think I'm Hispanic or like Cuban. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not. I'm like I'm Indian, black, and white. I'm like
Yeah.
three different things, and it's just nice to be unique.
Yeah, as I said, it's. I truly feel proud to be, interviewing you because I think it's important that, we've seen like, Indians, in the game of basketball get drafted in the NBA. I'm wondering when you see that, it must make you feel very proud, to know that, that people have made it to that level, and those opportunities definitely exist, for you and other, kids out there of, say Indian descent as well.
Yeah, it's nice. It's like seeing like someone like me has done it. It's cool. It's motivational. It's overall just amazing.
Yeah, and the fact that the NBA has opened up a training center, of course, in India, and that they have played games there. It's great to see that. And it said even a couple of guys, one guy who actually up here in New Jersey went to the Ramapo College in New Jersey in Malwa. He said is playing back home there in India as well. So it's just yeah, it's just again fantastic to see. I mentioned the fact before we came, John Hervey is Indonesian American. So to have both, I mean, and then the fact that both you guys of Asian background, I mean that must be really cool in a way to be able to share that journey together.
Yeah, it is because it's not too many backcourts that you could say like, oh wow, they're not just one race, they're like multiple, and then we could relate in so many things. We have a trainer named Mario who's Indonesian, and he really supports like Asians out there that he knows on his like pages, and it's nice. You get good connections. It's real nice.
Yeah, that's terrific to hear. Okay, as you know that you need some hobbies to, sort of de-stress and sort of, where you can kick back and clear your mind. You love swimming. As you mentioned before, you love doing puzzles. And I love this one, breaking down game film. I mean, the fact that you're a true aficionado, a student of the game, that you really like to, again, break it down to its finest points in terms of your game and like, watching other players. Just talk about those moments, just the fact that you're able to just find that open space and time to be able to really focus on those, parts of your life.
It's nice to be able to like have game film because like you don't want to go to the gym every day doing the same exact thing. You need to know what you need to work on. Like if you're shooting good, but like get like driving isn't there. You need to know where the angle is, how to drive, what to do. It's I really like it because I get to see what I need to improve on.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, you're setting yourself up, maybe down the line to be a coach as well. I had to say that, but no, I think you definitely represent the best of the best, and are just absolutely a tremendous role model. And this is leading to my next question, knowing again how competitive it's out there, trying to set yourself apart from the rest of the competition, and for younger kids and athletes out there, who are trying to figure out, hey, what sport am I good at? If, basketball definitely is it. What would your advice and message be to them if they're going to watch this, interview, and just trying to navigate, said these times, because it's certainly not easy, and especially we have social media there as well. I mean, they're positives, but there could be some negatives as well. But just what would you say to them in general?
Surround yourself with the right people, and the work you put in will show.
Yeah, no, it's great. Hey, you get the final word and message here, Jacob, for family, friends, teammates, and coaches on the Houston Raiders homeschool basketball team, and even the community of Pearland, Texas. I'm sure that said uh, that's meant a lot to you as well. I just wanted to give you the floor. I said your message to them.
I'd like to thank my family, my parents, my siblings for supporting me, and my teammates for being there, not being like bad teammates, like supporting me. And then just everyone that supported me in my journey so far.
It's great. Hey, Jacob, just an incredible honor and privilege being able to speak with you. congrats on your success. I said you're in your junior year. You still have another year after this left, and the sky's the limit for you. And again, just keep up the great job, and looking forward to seeing what you do. Not only the rest of the season, but of course next year as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.